Okay. Hi, this is Ice Blue 333. Currently, it is October 1st, 2025. Okay, well, apparently there was a government shutdown today. I did say to Donald Trump he had a job to do around October 1st, or between September 29th and October 1st, but anyway, because his progressed moon it made an aspect to his progressed Chiron. I think it was a 112 aspect. So let's see here. I said on October 2nd, 2025, for Pete Hegseth, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his nose, so something fatal will happen. And around October 5th, 2025, for Donald Trump, his progressed sun will make an 11th aspect to his natal Mercury. That means that he would do something, or a higher authority would do something in regards to even like an ego boost in regards to him. But around the same day, for Bill Clinton, on October 5th, 2025, his progressed moon will quincunx his progressed Jupiter. And that means he gets lucky. But all the while, for Bill Clinton, on October 11th, 2025, his progressed Uranus will conjoin his natal Uranus. And that means that something huge and shocking is going to happen. And for Donald Trump on October 12th, 2025, his regrets moon will aspect his nodes. That means that something fatal will happen. And let's see here. So I'm going to stop there in regards to the recap. Well, not really. The transits. Transiting Pluto is going to station and go direct, I believe, on the 14th of October. So that should be a huge. October should be a huge month. I don't know why the Democrats seem to. The astrology shows that the Democrats seem to get lucky for some reason. But anyway, I'm making this video today because I'm not gonna talk about the government shutdown and all those stuff because I'm tired of. I've been reliving this astrology ever since February the 13th, 2025. So I'm like, anyway. So I had a weird dream last night, and so I was reminded about this Susan B. Anthony coin in a dream. I told you this coin it has 13 stars around it, and I gave like Donald Trump this list like in regards to like the 13 million or something like that for if like my Danny Williams Clinton prediction comes true or something like that. Anyway, it's stupid, but I was saying previously, like a month ago, I think I was saying that I'm not going. Donald Trump's not going to give me $13 million, and so I was helping a relative out, and they gave me this $1 Susan B. Anthony coin, thinking it was a quarter, and I was like, wow, that might be an omen, especially when it has 13 stars around it. So I had a dream about that quarter, that dollar coin last night, and something told me to just to think to look at the quarter, because I have a joke. I say that pretty much let me see if I can get it. There's an article I think from the New Republic, where it says that they did a survey of Bill Clinton's lovers or whatever, and they come to find out that they said that his circumference is the size of a quarter, and he's like 5 inches or whatever. And so I think I'll tell the story about this quarter first before I get started. But so yeah, here's the girth of JFK. Well, of the half dollar, which has JFK's face on it, and here's the girth of Bill Clinton, a quarter. Well, reportedly from that article, in the New Republic. And so it seems like everybody's talking about an eclipse or whatever, and it's going to be a king killer. Well, there you go. I've said it multiple times that Bill Clinton is going to be the one who has a huge loss in regards to this eclipse, because I know I saw Taylor Swift in her art in regards to her album cover, and I'm not saying that her music is a threat. I'm just saying that it's just weird that all these celebrities are talking about the sun and the moon and the stars. Even Apple, they had a orange colored iPhone. I'm like, of all the colors, they didn't even include a black iPhone this year. They have I think I don't know the exact color, so I'll paraphrase, but a midnight blue, like a moon colored silver, and I guess a orange colored iPhone. The colors orange, silver, and blue. Anyway, and apparently, also I think come to find out that Cardi B, she released an album, I believe on the 19th of September. But what stood out to me, well, okay, so let me get back to Taylor Swift's album art. So Taylor Swift, she has this red feathery art picture, and she's wearing like two crowns or something like that. And it's like a big star and a small star or something like that. It's like something celestial, like an eclipse. And that's what I already told you about when she did that podcast with this other dude whose name that I forgot. Pretty much it's like she had books arranged on her shelf. One was orange and one was gray. It's like it was like an eclipse. And so it seems like a lot of these people, these celebrities, it's like they're talking about an eclipse, and the eclipse happened in the lunar eclipse happened on September the 7th, and I think 2 days later, Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and then his funeral was on the day of the solar eclipse, which was the 21st of September. Anyway, so it's like these celebrities knew something. Well, allegedly. So that was Taylor Swift. It's like she seemingly was alluding to something celestial, and also the door that was coming down inside of one of her concerts, like this orange colored door. Anyway, so that's that. I talked about the iPhone, and then now Cardi B, she released the album, and she did an interview with Gayle King. And what I noticed in regards to the interview with Gayle King was that Gayle King, she had 2 necklaces on. And it's like it was like one was a star and one was another necklace, they were both like showcasing like some kind of celestial event. Maybe I'm just overthinking and looking at stuff, but yeah. And then lastly, I think this other artist, her name was Hayley Williams. She released a song that Tim Pool, he made a video about. I believe the song was called Glum. And Tim Pool was he was making some commentary about it. I'm like, that Hayley Williams video, it seemed like it was an omen. It was trying to say something. That's all I'm gonna say. But it seemed like an omen. And she also referenced the sun and the moon, and the moonlight or something like that. Anyway, my point in regards to this quarter, that I'm apparently referencing to Bill Clinton with some. I can't get my words out. This quarter that I use in regards to apparently Bill Clinton's circumference, and yeah, so I did look at the back of this quarter, and I didn't really. How do I say this? It looked like an ugly tree to me. I was like, it's not focusing. Okay, but it looked like an ugly tree to me. I was like, this is an ugly tree. And see, the dream I had last night, for some reason it just told me to look up the meaning behind the back of this quarter, and apparently, come to find out that the back of this quarter, it says Salt River Bay. And I'm not a historian, but the point is that Salt River Bay was the place that Christopher Columbus, he first landed on in the Americas. This entire time, I didn't know that. I was using this quarter. So let me pause for a second. So yeah, Salt River Bay was like the first place that Christopher Columbus landed on. And like, let me reiterate that Bill Clinton is subpoenaed to testify on the 14th of October, which is one day after Christopher Columbus Day, which is on the 13th of October. I can't make this up. And I'm like, I've been using that quarter this entire time. Let me see if I can get any more lore. So the Salt River Bay quarter is a U.S. quarter from 2020. America the Beautiful Quarters, 2020. Isn't that the same year that we had this messed up election and COVID-19? I can't make it up. I wish I could make things up it just happened. And let me say one more thing. When I first got this quarter, I was looking, because I couldn't get a quarter. I was looking for a quarter. I couldn't get one. I was like, this would be so perfect for a video. I looked up and down this house for a quarter, and I found this gunked up quarter inside of an old car under a seat. And I had to scrub this quarter off with some vinegar and some baking soda. And It was so gunked up that I thought I had scrubbed the face off of the quarter. You know, the head. Oh boy, can you? Okay. So I had to scrub this quarter down because I cannot find a quarter inside out. So I'm broke. So, and on the back here, let's see if it is. You can see the black stuff that's Oh, okay, that's good. But there was so much black gunk on it, and I had to scrub it. And let me do the front again. See if it'll focus. Uh, anyway, you get the point. So I did all. So I mean, it's like, look at God. I'm like, or looking at the universe. I'm like, I could have went to the store and got a quarter, but I'm like, I found that this specific quarter, the Salt River Bay quarter, from apparently 2020, when the 2020 election was allegedly rigged, and this quarter is talking about Christopher Columbus, and now flash forward to 2025, and I have a prediction in regards to Bill Clinton, and I got this quarter. And apparently, Bill Clinton is subpoenaed to testify one day after the Christopher Columbus Day or whatever. So let me get back to the what I googled up and found on Google. So the Salt River Bay quarter is a U.S. quarter from 2020. America the Beautiful Quarters program that features the Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The coin's meaning is to honor this park for its ecological significance, especially its important mangrove forest and its rich history, which includes the only known landing spot of Christopher Columbus expedition in U.S. territory. Of all the quarters that I found, I found that one, and I had a dream last night about just these coins that I had. I'm like, wow, it's the universe, or what? Maybe I would get $13 million. Let's see here. Let me see if there's anything else to add to the lore, because I know another thing. Yeah, there is. So I want to read this too. Salt River Bay is a site in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, where Christopher Columbus first landed in the New World on November 14th, 1493, during his second voyage. This area is now the Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve, an underdeveloped beach area that also protects natural features like mangrove forests and bioluminescent bay. It is the location of the first documented conflict between European colonizers and indigenous peoples in the region. So I read all this to say, or I read the screenshot to say, that November 14th, 1493, I said previously, and I posted on True Social and on Twitter, and I believe AstroSeek too. November 13th, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon is going to make an aspect to his progressed ascendant on November 13th. And that should be around the same time that he may face a similar impeachment that he faced all the way back on, I believe, December 19th, 1998. Because he had a similar progression. Really, it's the same progression. It's just a different sign. That Bill Clinton had on... The impeachment happened on December 19th, 1998, but the astrological progression is showed inside of his chart on December 26th, 1998 for Bill Clinton. And so it's going to hit again on November 13th, 2025. And like I said, November 14th, 1493 was when Christopher Columbus, he landed in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Go figure. You can't make it up. Is this the omen? Is Donald Trump really going to give me 13 million? Oh yeah. And back to I sent the list to Donald Trump in regards to Cardi B. And her request, I think, for Joe Biden or whatever, or I think Candace Owens, she said that uh, Candace Owens reportedly claimed that Cardi B basically gave Joe Biden like a Christmas list, and like she acted like he was like Joe Biden was Santa Claus. But anyway, my point was that in my list to Donald Trump in regards to the stuff that I wanted from him, I was like, this isn't gonna happen. But let me try it anyway. I said that let's see here. I said in my list that it was a man. His name was Chris Columbus, and apparently he was the director of Home Alone 2. And he said that he basically, let me, oh Jesus Christ, there's so much information. Let me get to it. Let me pause for a second. Jesus. Okay, so as soon as I paused, I found it. Anyway, so this man he's the director of Home Alone 2. In Home Alone, Donald Trump, he was featured, he had a 7-second feature in the movie Home Alone 2. And so, Christopher Joseph Columbus is I believe one of the directors or a director of Home Alone 2. And apparently he claims to have regretted he has expressed regret over Donald Trump's cameo in the film, calling it an albatross and a curse that he wishes that he could remove. And so what I told Donald Trump inside of my list or whatever, my huge list of like wants or whatever, I said, wouldn't it be crazy if the Danny Williams Clinton story came out to be true? And that basically Bill Clinton was everything that they called Donald Trump in regards to a misogynist, a racist, and all this other stuff or whatever. Wouldn't it be crazy if the Danny Williams Clinton story came true and Bill Clinton came out to be like the most racist president in our known history? He abandoned his own biological black child. And I mean, what's even worse about it is that, see, looking at the future, somehow Bill Clinton gets lucky. He gets away with it. If it's true, if it's true. I'm saying allegedly for now, but so I said so Chris Columbus being a Democrat, because apparently Democrats were the ones who tried to keep slavery going for black people, and it was actually Republicans that freed the slaves. And so I can only imagine that Chris Columbus is a Democrat. Chris Columbus in regards to the Home Alone 2 movie. And so kind of find out that Bill Clinton would be impeached around the day of the day that Christopher Columbus apparently first touchdown in the Americas. Like this is like talk about a conspiracy theory coming true. Like, this sounds so crazy as hell. Even imagine this shit coming true though. all the fucking that'll be insane. That'll be insane. Let me see it, because this sounds insane. But all this stuff is lining up. I mean, this quarter, it came out of nowhere. I literally had to search up and down to find a freaking quarter. I ended up with this one. The Salt River Bay quarter. Can I get this back in frame? There we are. Yeah. That's insane. And come to find out that it's in relation to Christopher Columbus. And then Bill Clinton is subpoenaed to testify a day after Columbus Day. And then on November 13th is when Bill Clinton has the same astrology as he did when the impeachment, the Monica Lewinsky scandal impeachment situation happened. And to make it even crazier is I had a dream to put me onto this. And not only that, all this other stuff that lined up with it too. And so I mean, the government shut down and everybody's freaking out about that. And I'm like, look at this craziness. Look at Look at this is insane. Anyway, so yeah, wouldn't it be crazy if like what am I trying to say here? If Bill Clinton was exposed as like the biggest racist of our time, it destroys every narrative that, and it make it even worse is that the news media hid the fact that Danny Williams Clinton was Bill Clinton's biological son. I mean, I'll say reportedly and allegedly, but the he was begging for people to look into his situation, and it's like somehow it got buried. Let me see, is there anything else that I need to add to this? That's it. Okay. And it looks like Christopher Joseph Columbus was born on September 10th, 1958. He's a Virgo rising. Hopefully it doesn't sue me because Virgo is like a 12th. Anyway, it rules my 12th lord, but anyway, my 12th lord is inside of my 7th house, so it's like my opponents lose anyway, so. Anyway, and he basically did say this. I'm reading off of Google. That he regretted having Donald Trump inside of his movie Home Alone 2. And yet his name is Christopher Columbus. And Christopher Columbus is known as a slave trader. Go figure. And I think maybe a Democrat too, but I don't hold me to that. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna go back to the Susan B. Anthony quarter or coin, right? So apparently, because I'm not really that good with history, I just look at astrology and I try to line things up with what I can find. But apparently, Susan B. Anthony, she was also pivotal to the fact that of the 13th Amendment getting established. So I'm like, wow. The number 13, the number 13 again. Maybe I will get 13 million. I didn't think about that either, but 13 stars. And stars like Resident Evil 3 and the Star Report. In the Resident Evil 3, I think it came out in 1998 or 1999, I forgot now. But wow. Yeah. There's just so many synchronicities and so many weird things that line up. So I'm just rambling. But it's just weird to have all this stuff line up. Yeah. Am I reading this wrong? The 13th Amendment, yeah. Section 1, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the parties shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States, or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Section 2, Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. That's the 13th Amendment. Ain't that funny? Oh yeah, not to mention, not to forget to mention that in regards to Bill Clinton and him being a governor of Arkansas, and pretty much that Arkansas was one of the states that seceded from the Union. And also, I believe that the Confederate flag had 13 stars. So go figure. Is that everything? Because I'm just rambling. I just want to express that I had a weird dream last night, and come to find out that this quarter that I've been showing everybody inside these videos actually is the Salt River Bay quarter. Let me see it. Can I? But it's the Salt River Bay quarter. And it's in reference to Christopher Columbus. And come to find out that Bill Clinton is subpoenaed to testify around Columbus Day. And he also has more astrology happening around the day that Christopher Columbus landed in the Americas or the unknown territories. Go figure. Look at all that. And then like I said, the Susan B. Anthony coin. There was something else was said about the JFK $50. But I forgot. It's just a lot of information. It sucks that the government shut down today, but I'm like, it is what it is. They're calling it a Democrat shutdown because I think Chuck Schumer or whatever. Well, anyway, I'm not even gonna get into it. Hopefully they get things back open quickly. I'm burnt out. I've been studying this astrology for so freaking long that it's like I'm just burnt out. I can't wait until really October the 14th to see what goes down with Bill Clinton, and then after that November the 13th, what goes on with Bill Clinton again. Because I mean the dates that I give they're accurate. I did say that on July the 5th for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon opposed his natal ascendant, and that's when the last time it happened was on January 26th, 1998, and that's when Bill Clinton claimed that he did not have sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky. And so this year on July 5th, 2025, that's when the DOJ came out and said that Epstein did kill himself and that Epstein did not have a client list. And so the next thing that's going to hit is in regards to Bill Clinton, his progressed moon is going to make an aspect to his progressive Senate. And the last time that happened in 1998 was when the impeachments began. And then because the progression was his progressed moon making an aspect to his progressive Senate. And then it's going to happen again this year on November 13th, 2025, and that's when, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen on November 13th, but he might begin to have some kind of impeachment situation going on. I'm trying to see, is that everything I want to talk about? I think it is. Well, I guess I'm done for now.